galaxy.
Yeah. Someone at the door ajar, now I'm here to stay. Tell me who the fuck gonna face the music. More brick laying, less screen time. Been cutting back on the daily usage. Long road for the road dogs, for the weird miles from a soapbox. Got BKTs on this bitch, so everybody getting rolled on, yeah.
How's it going, people? I hope you're good and welcome back to the project. Today we're going to be going through a pull session, but throughout I'm going to speak about the subject which you've seen from the title, which is how to maintain muscle tissue whilst dieting. Super important. Obviously we want to get leaner, but we don't want to lose the muscle tissue that we've built within that gaining phase. We want to end up with as best of a physique possible. So yeah, I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks and things to think about throughout a dieting phase in order to make sure you're maximising your muscle retention.
30 city tour in a ton of states. I can't wait till I up the leaves from the minors in my art come of age. Seen a lot of people playing seeds to the drink, growing patient and
so there I just went through some straight arm pull downs on the cables. Just utilising the dual cables here so that we can align that path of motion up with the lat nicely. Just sub-maximal here. These aren't actual working sets. Just doing these to get myself warm and ready for that first exercise, which is going to be the T-bar. I'm also going to do just some external and internal rotation at the shoulder. Just get everything nice and ready to perform as maximally as possible on that first exercise.
Saying that she like me, but can't entertain the psyche. No time for a bae. I'm too busy getting hyphy. Two full-time jobs, when the fuck does he rest? Never when you want.
So when doing exercises like this at the beginning before your main session, just make sure you're not actually creating any fatigue. We're here just to warm up, get some blood flow in the joint, just prepare those muscles that are surrounding that joint and just maximally improve our performance for those working sets. So just stay completely away from fatigue, just get a good feel for the muscle, get a bit of blood in there.
He is a friend of me, fam roots deeper than an evergreen. Clear us and them, got a separate creed by any means. I'm a step past feeding. I'm in a cut with the gang. Damn, y'all can't stop the bleeding. The premonitions brought it on to life for me 4 years before seeing it.
Starting to come in nicely. Sides are starting to come in now. Whew. Just trust in the process, isn't it? I think it's quite easy in that first few weeks of dieting just to want to see loads of change, but realising you have a good amount of time. We're still kind of 8-9 weeks away from the shoot, so I think we're sitting in a really good position now that far out. Got a holiday as a week break, and then we've got 6 weeks when we get back, so a lot of work still to do, but everything's ticking over nicely.
Yeah. I'll burn the bridge as we walking across it. Certain shit I cannot see after I saw it. I promise I let go of everything I wanted. Once you turn your back on me, I'm painting on the target. Van Gogh with the way that I brush it off. No use of breathing life in it if love is lost. Look at me surprised like it's something wrong while I pour the gas and get to light shit. Get on, hearing you out, my baby talking shit. Experiences with you turn me to somebody that I thought I'd never be. Let's get to the root of it. I don't focus on fun.
That brings us on to the first point. Maintaining muscle tissue in the dieting phase is largely dictated by your ability to continue to perform in the gym whilst you're dieting. Have one of these, making sure you're logbooking and making sure you're doing everything possible to continue to progress your training. Throughout the majority of the diet, there's no reason why you can't continue to get stronger, and even towards the back end, you're just fighting to maintain numbers. And if you do that, and if you do that well, you can guarantee that the majority of the muscle that you've built by getting strong in the gym and by applying those principles will stay throughout that dieting phase. To be honest, I was not expecting to do that. I was hoping for 5+1. I thought I just drew on my face then. 5+1, but I think he said he didn't spot, so I must have got 7. That was actually a lifetime BB on there. I did the same on Monday on the Smith machine bench press. Again, touched a weight that I'd never touched before. So training performance, I've said this a few times now, but it's still going really well. I'm going to make fucking damn sure that is the case. And even on days, like I said in that Instagram story a few days ago, on those days where I'm not feeling like training, I switch on, come in and just get the work done. Right. So that's T-bars done. Onto a single arm lat pull down variation on the Cybex Bravo now. So obviously at Halo we have the Bravos, which is awesome because you've got the chest pad here, so we can set it up as a support to go through that movement. If you haven't got this, it's fine. You can literally just use a normal cable, use a bench, set that up to its top position or near the top position, and then just lay against that and use that as a chest support. I always see people doing rows and lat pull downs with their kind of elbow or hand on the pad like this, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. You may as well use this pad as a chest support, completely lock that torso in position, you can almost hug it round here to make sure that we're not rotating too much, and then just create a nice stable environment for that lat to actually work around.
You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop. I can't be stopped now, I can't stop. I can't be stopped now, I can't stop.
So as first set's done, we've got a loading set, a little bit of a heavier rep range. That was the stack for 8.5 reps. So about 8 last time, literally a half up. Any progression's a progression. We're now going back down to 140, which is about 40-50 pounds lighter. We're going to try and be hitting 13 reps on this one. So we got 12 last week.
You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop. I can't be stopped now, I can't stop. I can't be stopped now, I can't stop. I can't be stopped now, I can't stop. You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop. No more sleep till I rest in peace.
Good man, you alright? Don't leave me, 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 don't leave me.
You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop.
Oh, fucking hell.
Look, New Amsterdam blended with the Pedialyte. Take a picture if you see me tonight. It'll be worth it. I told her I'm blowing up. She ain't believing the hype. Thought she was smart. She thinking that encyclopedia. To the responsive. Yeah, that's what they all say.
Loving this exercise at the moment. It's in replacement of the dumbbell spinal flexion and extension. Again, utilising the Bravo, just to create a little bit of support around the kind of torso here and creating something to actually curve over, row into. We're just really focusing on retraction and elevation up into kind of mid upper trap and rhomboid area. So just flex, extend, retract, and then row a little bit.
Work if you don't want to mention amounts. The high horse set to be mount. My spurs sharp. Y'all cut the bullet ground level with the nurse sharks. And when I shoot for the stars, it's a burst shot. Her skirt soft in her thigh, got a birthmark. Said that she yours dog. I didn't have to search hard. We getting loose, so she only off a third claw. Teagues with the bird dog. We run the smoothest plays. We hit a pair of best friends, just a room away. High off life, gave her permission to stick.
Another point in terms of maintaining muscle tissue throughout a dieting phase, almost linking back to that first point, is not only do you want to keep an eye on training performance, but you also want to keep an eye on training quality as well. So it's quite easy to allow yourself to start slipping back in terms of execution, and you don't want to sacrifice execution for maintaining or progressing reps. Just that balancing act between still adding load to the bar or adding reps to the set, but maintaining that execution that's actually going to stimulate that muscle, keep you in a safe environment so you're not getting injured throughout the diet, and create a scenario where, as we said, you can hold on to that tissue as much as possible. So that's point 2 in terms of this series. Episode. Not series, episode, but you know what I mean. Got diet brain already.
Been hitting weights, feeling good when I hit the stage. Galaxy got Jaeger flowing, gotta misbehave out of this world performance. Fuck did you expect? Only hits from my fans like I'm Willie Mays, making the city shake. I could register on the Richter. She on lock with somebody else, but I picked her. Laying the wood down.
Just chatting to a guy there that is going to be starting online coaching soon, and I just wanted to announce that it's the beginning of May now, so I am taking on clients throughout May. I usually open up an intake at the beginning of each month if I have space, so if you would like to inquire and just book in for a free call to discuss how everything works and help you decide whether you would actually like to go ahead with the process, just let me know. There is a link in my bio on Instagram that will take you through to an application page, and then just go from there. Point 3 in terms of maintaining muscle tissue is going to be making sure you're staying on top of your recovery. Ultimately, food intake is going to be lower, and energy expenditure is going to be higher. It's the nature of dieting. So the body's going to be in more and more of a stress state. So making sure outside of the gym, we're doing everything possible to make sure that we can deal with that demand across that prolonged term is going to be key. So looking at variables such as your sleep in terms of quality and quantity, looking at making sure that you're structuring your training in terms of volume and frequency in a way that you can recover from, actually utilizing your rest days as well. So don't do too much on your rest days, actually rest. Look and see if you can do anything that's actually going to help that. Can you book in for a massage? Can you go into a leisure club and use a sauna or a steam room, something that's just going to allow you to chill? So yeah, tip 3, make sure that you're recovering. Right, biceps and then we're done. So last but not least, point number 4 in terms of maintaining tissue is going to be being a little bit more specific in terms of your nutrition. So the leaner you get, the more likely you are to start losing a little bit of tissue. So the further you get through the process, the more particular you need to be in terms of how we're utilizing the nutrients that we have available to fuel training performance throughout the day, how we are actually spacing protein out throughout the day as well in order to mitigate muscle protein breakdown. I actually covered a full day of eating last week, so if you haven't seen that, go and check that episode out, and I cover nutrition in detail from that standpoint. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check out that now. Arms aren't looking too bad. I was scared that they're going to go, but not too bad. Looking forward to seeing what they look like shredded. So that is session done. I'm going to wrap up the video there. Hopefully that was valuable, helpful, entertaining as always. And yeah, we'll be back as always next Friday, 6 p.m. every Friday moving forward, I can guarantee. And see you in the next one. No, not seeing the next one. Do like YouTuber stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.